What is the literature or what's the book that is going to help you to secure a job at 40,000 feet, to become a cabin crew, but even more than that, to help you secure a job in the customer service industry in order to facilitate that process for you to become a cabin crew? Stay tuned until the last minute of this video, as I'm going to reveal with you which literature I believe, according to my knowledge and my experience, you should be guided for in order to position yourself in the airline industry or in the customer service field. My name is Julia George. I used to fly for Qatar Airways for 10 years, where I have resigned from my last work position as a cabin service director. I'm currently doing my master's studies at the university in Berlin in Germany in the field called aviation management. Stay tuned until the last minute of this video. And in order to keep in touch with my work and to keep in touch with the cabin crew role and the cabin crew job in particularly, please click that subscribe button and hit the notification button every time I'm publishing a new video to stay in touch with my work and with my studies at the university in Berlin. We are in a constant search for knowledge. We are in a constant search for literature that is going to help us to become a cabin crew, that will help us find out those skills that we have, to shape us the skills, to trigger our minds, and so much more than that. And often in that search, we're getting trapped and we are getting to a literature that we have bought, we have invested in that literature, but we never got the job that we wanted, or we never become a cabin crew. Why is that happening? For the simple reason, there is an excellent marketing of the people writing those books, and there are people finding the right people to advertise the books for them. Not so long ago, on the Instagram account, I have seen a video where a cabin crew consultant with not enough of a flying experience have been promoting a book, How to Become a Cabin Crew, and for some circumstances, I have gotten the book from some of my followers, and I have went through it. It is a very basic book. The title of the book is How to Become a Cabin Crew, and it is related to the very basic, the content of the book. I have it right over here. I'm not gonna flip the laptop to show you, but I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna just skip through it because it is presenting the technical part of how to become a cabin crew. Let's say when it comes to the passport size photo, you have all the informations that are available on the internet. You don't need to invest $50 into a book that is telling you how your passport size photo should look like. On the other hand, reach test. There is an information about the reach test. The documents that you need, that is something that when you are getting the emails from the company that you are applying for, you are all guided and you're all getting those things. How the assessment day looks like. There are also informations of what are the questions that the recruiters might ask you. But hey, if you click on the playlist over here on my YouTube channel, you will find the playlist where I have answered literally more than 200 questions completely free of charge for you to get an idea. First of all, why the recruiters are asking you those questions, and to get an idea how to answer the cabin crew interview questions. Moreover, on my Instagram account, Xcrew Next Crew, I have made live sessions, 3 live sessions, in which I have elaborated each and every question out of the frame of 120 possible questions that the recruiters might ask you. And in those live sessions, which are kept out there, and they're just right here, it looks like this. You can just feel free to step in my Instagram account and have a look. And I have answered each and every question, given you the reason why the recruiters are asking you those questions. When you understand the reason why the recruiters are asking you those questions, everything else is so easy. Also, in the literature of how to become a cabin crew, you will find informations about the assessment day related to the English test, which I also have on my YouTube channel. And also you will find informations about how the math test looks like, which there is no math test as far as I know. There are also other unnecessary technical informations that are basically there for earning money. My intention to write a book, How to Be a Cabin Crew, is definitely to earn money. Any intention that I would have to write a book is definitely to earn money if I do well advertise this book, which is completely fine. This is a material world and we need money in order to survive. And actually transferring our flying experience into a business is something that many of ex-cabin crew are doing. Now, the quality of those informations and those businesses are actually, I wouldn't say the end of the work, but usually you would see the people after some time disappearing from the market and not being there. On the other hand, there are people who are completely unknown, Why they are completely unknown? For some, I might be also unknown. Why they are completely unknown? Just gonna stick a few seconds over here to the topic of how to become a cabin crew. This exactly same books, How to Become a Cabin Crew, I have wrote it in a format of ebook. And right before I published my ebook, and I was actually planning to publish my ebook, it's exactly the same, with the words of games is just different, but the informations that I have put are exactly the same informations that so many books out there are having. And I felt shy to do that. I felt shy to do that because I would be just many of out there in the lake, in the field, that are promoting their books, How to Become a Cabin Crew, because I'm not giving anything more. And in that search of giving anything more and creating anything more, I found something. And I think that few times on my Instagram account I spoke about this book. Before I start promoting the book and before I start telling you how I am basically thrilled by knowing that this book exists, and learning from this book the informations that are shared, I do not know the author of this book. I never got in touch with the author of this book. I purely found this book on the internet. I've started reading online paragraphs before I order it. And now this is the book that I've been, for the past 2 weeks, going to sleep with reading and rereading. And most of the things lately that you're going to find on my Instagram account that I'm posting are things that I have learned in this book. I'm going to flip the camera now and I'm going to show you. The book is called Breakthrough. The author of this book is Mr. Thomas Gelmi. Before I start elaborating what I have read in this book, I would like to just quickly tell you who's Thomas Gelmi. And because many of us don't know the gentleman, I didn't know the gentleman. I'm not shy to say it. I wouldn't say he failed to. I wouldn't say that he failed to promote himself. That's absolutely not what I'm ever gonna say. It's just that I never get in touch with the content unless I searched for it. So. And I'm very excited to read. I'm thrilled. I'm happy to get to know that this person exists. And I'm just gonna quickly read for you a small paragraph from his biography and why this gentleman deserves mine and your attention. So it says over here, who's Thomas Gelmi, basically, and a small part of from the biography. He has 7 years of international cabin crew management and training at Swiss Air, 8 years at an operational management of an internationally active consulting company with a focus on leadership, development in sales, and 9 years in various care institutes as a team leader and trained specialist for providing fast care to individuals affected by major accidents and extreme events. So this is the person that now in the corona, in this pandemic, we should be referring the knowledge to. Quite impressive knowledge. He started as a cabin crew in Swiss Air, where he flew for 7 years, and then later on he continued. This is how Mr. Thomas Gelmi looks like, and I'm very sorry, I've highlighted over here this just to show it to you. And as I have said, Mr. Thomas Gelmi and we never met. I don't know him. I would love to, actually. And yeah, there are all the aspects from this book are something that I am actually excited to share with you. I'm not going to share the entire book, but I'm going to share with you the content of this book. Stay tuned until the last minute of this video. One and only thing that I'm going to read from this book is a paragraph and a story that Mr. Thomas Gelmi has shared in this book that have actually navigated my mind, that I must stay until the last word written in this book. And I beg for your attention to listen to this story, and I promise you that it's going to be an interesting one. And also, I know that after this story, you're definitely going to go below this video. There will be a link from where you can order this book, from where I have ordered this book. Start reading it, and then later on share your comments below and let me know, have you learned something from this book? And the story goes like this. And he says, let me share a short story. A professor went on a long hike into the mountains to go and see the famous Zen monk. When the professor found him, he politely introduced himself. He named all his academic titles and asked the monk for a special lesson. Would you like some tea? The monk asked him. Sure, thank you, the professor replied. The old monk poured him some tea. The cup was full, but the monk continued pouring until the cup overflowed and the tea dropped from the table onto the floor. Enough, the professor proclaimed. Can't you see that the cup is already full? It can't hold anymore. Then The monk answered, "Just like this cup, you are filled up with your knowledge and your prejudices. In order to learn something new, you first need to empty your cup." And when I have read this story in his book, as I have said previously, it said to myself that I'm getting rid of all the informations and everything that I know, and I'm starting to read this book in order to absorb all the knowledge and experience that this gentleman has put into this 200 pages. And I seriously believe that you will be able to find statement confirmation of why I am promoting this book right now in a form of a YouTube video. Let's go a little bit now to the content page, and I would like to highlight points that over here are much more important in this content page than the points of the basic brochures of how to become a cabin crew. How to become a cabin crew, books that are out there available on the internet in the form of in electronic form, or to buy them in the hard copy like this. I take the freedom to say that those are brochures, and those are not books that, according to me, are serving us the right informations of how we can go through that process. We're going to the part of the content, and he has, the gentleman Thomas Gelmi has done an introduction, as every author has done it in this in every book that they do. There are 3 elements over here which are related to the personal competences: self-exploration, self-awareness, and self-management. And I did a screenshot on my YouTube channel with the brief explanation of all these 3 things. Then he went to the interpersonal competences. He went on the situational and social awarenesses, communication and relationship management. Many of you are asking me about the communication, about your skills, enhancing your communication skills. In the book called Breakthrough, you've got lots of examples that are personal examples of the author of this book, and everything that it's written is actually very pragmatically explained. Then he goes to the part which is one of the most important parts when it comes to the skills. It's the leadership skills. And what does it mean, the cabin crew, for a cabin crew to have actually leadership skills, to learn about the leadership? And in fact, over here on my YouTube channel, I have dedicated few videos about the leadership skills, which I think are part of the core competences for the future cabin crew. He spoke about many other things, which is he named it as the above the clouds. Also, there is aspect related to the importance of the teamwork. He spoke so much about the customer contact. What are the challenges, the breakthroughs in the customer contact? Ladies and gentlemen, irrespective you have a customer service experience or you don't have, it is very important to understand how can we straighten the communication, the work when we are getting in touch with customers, how we can learn from experienced people such as me, Nitya Bilani, and such as a published author like Mr. Thomas Gelmi. And also he has spoken about the challenges that we have in our private lives, and many things that you have actually asked me over here are also covered. And I do believe that content like this from a book called Breakthrough deserves the full attention by me and full attention by you, in order to understand that the cabin crew role is much more than the English test. The cabin crew role is much more than a great CV. It's much more than a passport size photo. It's much more than everything else that you will find in the books called How to Become a Cabin Crew. Those brochures, How to Become a Cabin Crew, are a great source of information, as I have said, from the technical part that me and Nitya Bilani and Mr. Thomas Gelmi might not be sitting down and telling to you, right, you have to open the browser now and type in the airline that you would like to apply for, find the job that you're interested in and apply online. Those technical parts are yet going to stay to the cabin crew consultants that have written down those brochures with the basic informations how to become a cabin crew. But how actually to become a cabin crew, there is no book called How Actually to Become a Cabin Crew. There is knowledge and experience based or a pragmatical book called, one of them so far that I have discovered is called Breakthrough. And I do believe that in Breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen, with Breakthrough, you will have a whole new idea and whole new understanding and a whole concept of knowledge related to the cabin crew role, to the customer service in contact. There are, as I have said, a lot of out there informations and a lot of examples that are personal examples of the author of this book that will definitely leave you breathless, and you will not be able to describe, just as me, how excited and how happy you are that you have read this book. At the end, I want to close this chapter and says that Breakthrough has another tagline down there, right below the aircraft, and it says, "What cabin crew can teach you about leadership, teamwork, customer contact," or what cabin crew can teach you about emotional intelligence, or what cabin crew can teach you about cultural intelligence, and all those aspects that I over here also speak on my YouTube channel. On that note, I would like to say that Mr. Thomas Gelmi is indeed a role model to me and somebody that I'm looking up to in terms of personal development after the cabin crew role, and the current choice to study aviation management at the University of Berlin is one of those choices. And I would like to also read the backside of the book, this paragraph, which you will find it on the internet when you will click the link below this video, how to order the book. And it says, "Managers, employees, and customers meet in the limited space of an aircraft. They interact and encounter conflicts such as those found in other areas of the world of work. How the interaction takes place strongly depends on the skills and performance of the cabin crew, who at best must anticipate and de-escalate challenges, and at the worst solve them immediately and without any help from the outside. This calls for the highest level of personal and interpersonal competences, with all the consequences. So what can managers and employers learn from the setting on board?" So remember, in the non-negotiable rules and regulations, many airlines have put out there that we're supposed to be having great interpersonal skills. So how to master those great interpersonal skills and how to learn about the cabin crew role in order to present yourself as that outstanding candidate, because in future, and especially after COVID-19, it's not going to be after COVID-19, but aviation will be working, and airlines are at the moment flying with COVID-19 being on this world present. When I'm saying in the future with COVID-19, when aviation will reach their maximum as they used to have before, with all the precautions that are there, all the new changed procedures that definitely gonna stay there, you really need to be that outstanding candidate now more than ever. It says, "Each chapter begins with exciting real-life stories that happen at a certain altitude and longitude and at an altitude of 30,000 feet. The reader directly recognizes parcels to his or her life, tracks down problems faster in the future, and finds new solutions. If you want to increase your professional and personal effectiveness, this book is a must-read for you." So basically, I want to transfer these words. If you want to become a cabin crew and you want to present yourself as that outstanding candidate, you definitely have to order Breakthrough from Mr. Thomas Gelmi. Read it, and as I have said earlier, share your comments below this video. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to click subscribe, hit the notification button, because I'm going to be sharing with you lots of more other stuff, lots of knowledge I'm going to share with you when it comes to aviation and the cabin crew role in particular. Bye bye, and have a nice day.